So one of my favorite Bible verses is Isaiah 54 verse 17, which says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that is lifted up against you in judgment you shall condemn." Not that this is one of my favorite verses, it's just that one that God has me speaking and using a lot against whatever the enemy is trying to do in my life. And one of the things that God has to remind me of is that he never promised that the weapon would not be formed. He promised that the weapon would not prosper, meaning you may feel the effects of whatever the enemy is trying to do in your life, in your finances, in your mind, your relationships, your health, in the midnight hour with having like bad dreams, nightmares. You may see signs of what he's trying to do, but what God promises in Isaiah 54:17, that it will not prosper, meaning that the enemy will not succeed in what he's trying to do. And every tongue that rises up against you in judgment, you shall condemn, meaning that you have the authority as a child of God, as a servant of God, as someone who is in right standing with God, to speak against and condemn whatever it is that the enemy is trying to do, because the Bible also tells us that life and death is in the tongue. Therefore, you use your words to cast down, to speak against, and you use the word of God to speak against whatever the enemy is trying to do, because in the end, it will not prosper.